On a chilly winter night in 1999, a shooting at Club New York in Manhattan left 3 people wounded, sparking a high-profile trial that ended in the acquittal of Sean Combs, also known as Diddy. 20 years later, federal investigators may reopen the case, and a former NYPD detective has come forward with new allegations. This story revisits the night of the shooting, uncovering new details and perspectives, and raising questions about the involvement of Diddy and his associates. Will the recent FBI raids lead to a full examination of the events that night? And what secrets lie behind the Club New York shooting? After 2:30 a.m. on a cold winter night, 3 NYPD detectives were called to Midtown North. Diddy, aka Puffy, his girlfriend Jennifer Lopez, his bodyguard Anthony Wolf Jones, and rapper Jamal Shine Barrow were arrested after a Times Square club shooting that wounded 3 bystanders. The police found Lopez, 30, in the cage. Diddy was also in the West 54th Street station house, postponing his plans for a Grand Millennium celebration a few days later. That night and the extraordinary trial in early 2001 are back in the spotlight. 2 law enforcement sources told the Post that a federal probe into Diddy, 54, who has been shot multiple times, may reinvestigate the shooting and trial. Law enforcement officials informed the Post that Homeland Security raided Combs' Los Angeles and Miami houses on Monday on sex trafficking claims. They got eyes on him in Miami, and the feds are talking to witness after witness, knowledgeable New York criminal defense attorney Michael DeSuoro told the Post, corroborating everything they can. However, Mr. Diddy is discussing everything past and present. 1 month after Rodney Lil Rod Jones filed an explosive lawsuit alleging that Diddy sexually attacked him from September 2022 to November 2023, while Jones was his producer and videographer, federal investigators raided Diddy's properties. Jones compared Diddy to Jeffrey Epstein and accused him of grabbing his genitals, grooming him into sex, and forcing him to get sex workers, strippers, and narcotics. His suit came less than 3 months after Diddy settled an explosive sexual violence lawsuit filed by his ex-girlfriend, R&B singer Cassie, who claimed Diddy ran an Epstein-like operation involving sexual assault, human trafficking, and blackmail with hidden cameras that captured celebs in entertainment, politics, and sports in homosexual acts and other compromising. Jones sued Diddy for being violent, threatening to eat his face, brandishing guns, and bragging about bribing witnesses and jurors in the criminal case concerning the 1999 NYC nightclub shooting with Shine. The shooting occurred when Diddy argued with Brooklyn gangster Matthew Allen, known as Scar. Diddy, his security Anthony Jones, and Shine Barrow went on a 7-week trial in February and March 2001, ending with Diddy and Jones acquitted and Barrow, 21, sentenced to 10 years for assault and weapons possession. Former NYPD Detective Derek Parker, a private investigator who quit the hip-hop cop unit, still wonders about the Club New York incident. For years, Diddy has been accused of making Shine, now Belize's House of Representatives opposition leader, Moses Michael Levi Barrow, take the blame. Parker explained that Puff was flossing, a street vermin who throws money around and acts like a big shot. Scar was disrespected because he thought he was as important as Puff, and words turned to gunfire. Lopez and Diddy departed the club in a Lincoln Navigator after gunfire. Diddy's chauffeur Wardell Fenderson later admitted to speeding down 43rd Street and 8th Avenue past 2 police cars and multiple red lights. Shine ran, Shine flew. Fenderson cited Lopez before police stopped them. Parker told the Post her mother was yelling at J-Lo in Spanish and she was really mad at Jennifer. She said, "I told you not to get involved with him." Lopez was released without charges after 14 hours in detention. Her spokeswoman declined to commit to the Post, but sources said she was never charged in 1999.
Obviously, nobody really wants to be arrested. It's a really traumatic experience.
Natanya Rubin, one of the 3 club shooting victims, has long claimed Combs shot her in the face.
Because I am the woman who he shot in the face.
I saw them pull out the firearms from a clear perspective. For God's sake, I got shot in my nose, Rubin said on News Nation's Elizabeth Vargas Reports Thursday. I witnessed everything and passionately described it to everyone. 9 bullet fragments remain in my face. Jones claimed in his lawsuit that Diddy boasted about firing and bribing witnesses and jurors to get acquitted. Jones said Mr. Diddy shared that he was responsible for the shooting in the nightclub in New York. He claims Diddy boasted about employing Lopez to bring the gun inside the club. Jones claims that artist and Mr. Diddy girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez or J-Lo, carried the revolver inside the club for him and passed it to him after an incident. Jones' charges are rejected by Diddy's attorneys. His counsel termed the FBI raids a witch hunt and criticized the military-level force deployed. Glenn Beck, a martial arts practitioner and Deadly Art of Survival magazine contributor who was club security that night, supported Diddy this week. Beck testified in 2001 but told the Post that the prosecution seemed determined to convict Diddy and did not ask him about Barrow, Aka, Shine. He labeled Jones' assertions boast and stated, "We knew Scar. We knew Shine. The Brooklyn kid was wild." Beck claimed that Shine left the club and returned a few minutes later without being inspected by security as Diddy and Scar were fighting. He said that's when the shooting began. When bullets were heard, Shine fled through the side entrance of the hotel-attached club. 2 officers outside who heard the gunshot inside arrested him as he flew out the doors. Barrow testified that he grabbed a revolver and shot during the fight, but he has not accused Diddy of holding him accountable. Belize-born Barrow was unreachable by the Post. Beck also denied that Lopez was a gun mule, saying, "I remember how well she was dressed that night, and she's very slim. She's not going to be hiding a gun in that outfit." Federal investigators may re-examine more than the 1999 shooting. Jones also claimed that Diddy lied about his and his son Justin Combs' role in a 2022 shooting at the Chalice recording studio in Los Angeles that killed Justin's friend G twice. Jones alleges he witnessed the Chalice shooting, which occurred during a recording camp in the studio where Diddy, Justin, and G had a heated conversation, then shot in a restroom. Jones' lawsuit features bloodied bathroom shooting aftermath photos. Jones said he helped bleeding G outside to an ambulance. Mr. Diddy gave strict instructions to inform the police that he had nothing to do with the shooting, Jones said. He also forced Mr. Jones to lie to the police by saying G was shot outside the studio by a drive-by assailant. The LAPD did not reply to the Post's inquiries, but a police spokeswoman informed NBC News that 3 people were caught 2 months later for a string of robberies, including the shooting of G. Police reported that G told them he was shot during a robbery attempt. Jones also stated that Diddy's head of security, Fahim Muhammad, who was Michael Jackson's head of security, is a formidable fixer with LAPD ties who had the power to make people and problems disappear. Friday, Chalice Management, where Diddy has recorded many times, declined comment. Diddy has other defenders. Glasses Malone, a former Crip from South Central LA who has worked with Diddy, told the Post, "I found Jones' lawsuit pretty disingenuous. This Christian allowed himself to be compelled to get strippers and cocaine for Puff." Malone, who uses the same LA recording studios as Chalice and others, said the Jones lawsuit solely troubled him about the G shooting. So that's all for today, guys. Don't miss out on more gripping stories. Subscribe now and hit the bell for notifications. Share this video with your friends and family, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below.